What is your American dream?
My American dream is for everyone to walk around freely and comfortable and not being afraid to show who they are.
My American dream is to help my people from my community.
My American dream is for people to be aware of different cultures and traditions and to be respectful of each other, of all those differences, because America is actually built by immigrants. We are all immigrants in this country.
My American dream is to continue doing what I'm doing and educating people about who we are as Mexicans, what we have to contribute to this country, and we are part of this country. Let's not forget that.
My American dream is for everybody to know that I'm not a bad man, that I'm really capable to do a lot of stuff in the best way possible, always with love, with respect, and with that passion that is a characteristic of us Mexicans.
Everyone has a right to the American dream. Welcome, everybody. It is Monday, January 27th. I am back from my mini 2.5-day vacation.
That's a beautiful thing.
To Miami Beach.
Yes.
And Yonathan Yo-Yo Elias, you are back from your mini vacation to apartment 9J.
Yes, yeah. Because
Yes?
I stayed here this weekend.
Yes, I saw that on Instagram.
Yes. I had fun, though.
Yes?
I had a blast.
Yeah?
Yeah, but I stayed.
Well, I don't want to rub it in, but I had a blast in Miami, too.
I'm sure you did.
Yes, right. It was blast-off time for Uncle Brad in Miami.
I'm sure you did.
Yeah. But the weather was nice, but a little chilly. But sure as hell is nicer than here.
Yeah.
Right?
Because it was chilly out here.
So we got a big day ahead of us, Yonathan.
Yeah.
On Bradshaw Live. So I think we better just start saying hello to people.
Absolutely.
Chetty Bordy saying up. Not even squat up. We're just getting, shorter and shorter, right?
Just like what's up is sup.
Sup, right.
So.
Tamika Nelson saying, hey, Brad and Yo-Yo. Jessica Leamy, squat up. Bakari Poppy, how are you? Tamika Nelson. Nina God Pickney. Denisha Joseph, how are you? Christy Consali saying hello. Deion Watson. Doreen Lindsay saying squad up. Barbara Lord joining us. Lavon D. Tucker, straight from her Academy Award nominated movie. She has gone from Broadway now to the movies.
Yes. The big screen.
Tracy Haynes, how are you? Donna Bless. Ellen Clark, Elizabeth Francis, and I see Carol Anderson the Tiger has already shared the stream. Lisa Bling Rose, finally joining us as well. A little late, but better late than never.
Absolutely.
On YouTube, Yo-Yo, we got Back It Up, Ricky BB, Bax Young saying squad up. Jamina Tawari. She may be new. Jamina Tawari saying hello. Elisa Henry, squad up Brad and team. AJ saying hello. Max Santos saying hi. Angela Rawlings, squad up. Ja Love saying hi. Pizza.
Hey.
Who's in the back? Man on the controls. Pizza.
Yeah.
With some extra cheese. with just some extra cheese.
I like that.
Yes. Salar Mahmood saying Brad is the best. I like that.
I think
he's
nice, very short and simple.
I think Salar, I don't know him. I've never met him. But I would say he's a really, really intelligent man.
Oh, that.
Yeah. Sebastian Z saying good afternoon. Nad Smiley, how are you? And Craig Zapadia, that's new. Emanuela Freysinit saying hello, family. Sophia Omastone giving up the telephone number for those who need it.
Lovely.
Forbes, Sophia also saying hello. And on Instagram.
We are on.
We are on. Sometimes we're on. Sometimes we're off.
Yep, we're on.
But at the moment, we're on.
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters. Omode Rowe. Gorgeous Gold 1. Kajila McKenzie with a question, Yo-Yo. Dread don't care, I guess. Dread and care. Dread and care.
Dread not care.
Dread not care. Okay. Dread maybe nose throat cares. NT? I don't know. I'm trying to think what NT would stand for.
It could be not.
Pretty Cities 4. Lives in a pretty city. DeWinabe. DeWenby. These Instagram names are killing me.
They're really
They're
difficult.
killing me, yeah. Neil Captain, how are you? Father Cramp. Father Cramp. Some very odd names going on Instagram. Yo-Yo, why don't you tell everybody what they need to do? By the way, thank you. Before we go to tell people what they need to do, I've noticed something, Yo-Yo.
What?
Our numbers have been very, very steady.
Yeah.
Okay, and if this was a ongoing business and you have steady numbers across the board in viewership, we would be very happy.
Right.
But since this is not an ongoing business, this is a digital show, we are unhappy.
Yeah.
Extraordinarily unhappy.
Because it's supposed to grow.
It's supposed to grow.
Yeah.
Exponentially.
Yes.
It's called going viral.
Absolutely.
All right? We're doing our job.
We are.
We're answering your questions.
We are.
We're entertaining you.
Check.
I'm giving you a handsome man next to me. Right?
What? Yes.
I mean, we're giving you everything anybody wants.
What more can you want?
Information, entertainment, and eye candy, right?
Dang.
Can you ask for more than that, Yo-Yo?
No.
Can you tell them what to do, please?
Come on. All right. There you go. That was a great intro for me. All right, everybody, please. Now, this is your time to shine. This is where you guys can help us go viral. This is what we need you guys to do. Number one is we need you guys to share this video on Facebook, all right? Not only share it, but we need you to tell your friends and family too as well. When you're sharing it, literally put that in the description and say, I need everybody to share this right now. I need y'all to help this video go viral. I need this show to literally touch the world, because we will help so many more people than we do right now. We already help so many people. So it's all really up to you guys. We can share as much as we want, but it will be nothing without you guys actually helping out and doing the same thing and going above and beyond, because I know you guys can do it. So make sure you share this video on Facebook right now. Also, put all your questions in the question section right now, in the comment section. Do that right now. Also, we love when you guys talk to us. We love that you guys tell us about your weekend. We love when you tell us about what you think about stories that we're talking about. So we love the interaction. Like, love, smiley face, sad face, wow face, mad face, whatever emotion you're feeling, make sure you show that love onto the video right now. Now on YouTube, subscribe, all right? So not only are we sharing on YouTube, but the number one thing right now, what we need you guys to do is subscribe. We are growing on subscribing, our subscribe count. We are growing on that. Now we need to make sure the views grow.
Correct.
YouTube does really well with our views as well, but like I said, it's all up to you. It's so easy to copy the link and literally put all your contacts in your text message app.
Yo-Yo, do you think people are listening, or it's just like they hear wah 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 wah
No.
wah 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 wah?
They don't hear that, because
They don't hear that.
No, they actually are listening to me.
It's not like a Charlie Brown thing. Remember
No.
Charlie Brown when you were a
Yes.
kid?
Yes,
When the
we
teacher,
talked about that
Where we're
before.
talking about it again, Yo-Yo.
But last time they said they were listening.
Yes, okay.
So
Okay.
I don't think I'm just talking to myself. I hope not.
You know how we'll know if they're listening?
How?
Because people say, Brad, this isn't Charlie Brown. We're listening. You think
Okay.
people would make that comment?
Let's see.
Because I think this is Charlie Brown. I don't think people are listening. But maybe I could
well,
be wrong.
yeah.
I hope the squad proves me wrong.
Well, let's see if you guys can prove him wrong.
Yeah.
Let him know that you guys are listening,
Yes.
and that is not Charlie Brown's teacher whopping. All right. So on YouTube, make sure you guys share, copy the link, and send it to everybody and anybody you know. Do that right now. Also say confirmed when you do that. So let's see if you guys are actually listening for real, for real. I want you guys to put confirmed in the comment section, both Facebook and on YouTube, and also on Instagram. I want you guys to do the same thing. Confirm and put that comment in the YouTube, into the Instagram live video after you send this video in through a DM. It's so easy. This is all we ask for, all right? We literally are here for 2 hours working for you guys to do one little thing, and it's just to share to everybody. So do that right now, and also confirm when you do. All right.
All right.
Now it's time to talk about stuff that's going on in the world with Schmoozing with Brad.
So yesterday, I got, I found out about Kobe Bryant. It's so sad. Everybody's so sad about this. I am too. I mean, a hero to so many people. Devastating. And you know what? And it just, he doesn't, nobody deserves to die at this age. Nobody. Okay, but then when it's somebody who's like part of your life or part of many people's lives for so long, such a famous man, gave us so much joy watching him play basketball. My son Zachary, who's a huge basketball fan, he texted me. He's like, "You would have," and I really called him up and I said, "Don't lie about people dying."
Yeah.
I thought he was joking around.
Yeah.
And because I didn't even see any. I mean, he found out like 30 seconds when the news hit, and unfortunately, he was in a helicopter with 9 people going to his daughter's basketball game, or basketball practice with his 13-year-old daughter Gianna on a team at Mamba Sports Academy near the Thousands Oaks area of Los Angeles, and apparently what happened was that the helicopter, he had a very experienced pilot apparently.
Yeah, he used it like a car. That was his way of transportation.
Correct.
Yeah.
Kobe took helicopters all the time.
All the time.
And
every day
he couldn't handle the traffic.
Right.
And I guess you know what? You have that money. God bless you. Go do it.
He made it to practice and made sure that he got his full practice, and he wanted to always be there on time to pick up the kids.
Correct.
So that was his way of doing it.
And he apparently the helicopter pilot was a very well trained pilot. We don't know what happened. But this is what the news reports are saying.
I didn't see what they. What happened.
What the news reports are saying is that there was a lot of traffic going into the airport where the helicopter was supposed to land, and the helicopter was put on a circle pattern, waiting for the airplanes to land because the airplanes have priority over helicopters. Right. And after 15 minutes, the pilot from the helicopter asked the control tower if he is able to go land using visual contact instead of using his instruments, although he was rated to both use instruments and visual contact. And the control tower said to him, yes, if you're using visual contact instead of instruments, that way apparently the pilot could be looking around, making sure he's not in any pathway of a airplane, because they were waiting 15 minutes to land. And apparently it was a very foggy day out, and instead of using his instruments, he was using his eyes in the fog.
What?
And from all news accounts is that the helicopter crashed into a mountain.
Oh,
so from what I can deduce, and I'm not the National Transportation Safety Board, but I'm good at deducing things.
Yeah.
I believe that it was foggy out. They wanted to land. They didn't want to wait for planes anymore. And the pilot says, I'm going to do it visually. And it was very foggy out, and he just didn't see the mountain.
That's insane, though. Like,
that's what I think happened, but I don't know.
Right.
But that's what it appears.
But if that's the case, like, it's never that serious, to play with your life like that.
Yeah.
If you have to wait, then wait, Like, that to me makes no sense. If that's the case, that's
helicopters
horrible.
Helicopters scare me. I take helicopters
and you take it a lot.
I take helicopters a lot, too.
I've never taken one.
They scare me. They scare me now.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Michael Jordan spoke about Kobe's death. He said, I'm in shock over the tragic news of Kobe and Gianna's passing. Words can't describe the pain I'm feeling. I loved Kobe. He was like a little brother to me. We used to talk often, and I will miss those conversations very much. Barack Obama tweeted, Kobe was a legend on the court and just getting started in what would have been just as meaningful a second act.
Yeah.
To lose Gianna is even more heartbreaking to us as parents. Michelle and I send love and prayers to Vanessa and the entire Bryant family on an unthinkable day. Shaquille O'Neal posted a tribute to Kobe saying, there's no words to express the pain I'm going through now with this tragic and sad moment of losing my friend, my brother, my partner, and winning championships, my dude, and my homie. And finally, Donald Trump tweeted, reports are that basketball great Kobe Bryant and 3 others have been killed in a helicopter crash in California. That is terrible news. It was 9 people altogether. It was 2 other families traveling with their daughter, plus the coach, plus the pilot.
Sheesh.
Yeah, he's considered, for those who don't follow basketball, one of the greatest NBA players of all time. He made 18 All-Star teams during his 20-year career. He was a first-round draft choice. He won 5 NBA championships, 2 NBA Finals MVPs, and he was the NBA League MVP in 2008. He also represented the United States in a number of Olympic appearances, for which he helped secure a gold medal for the United States on 2 separate occasions. The Lakers famously retired both of Kobe's jerseys, numbers 8 and 24, when he retired in 2016. The only player in team history to have 2 numbers retired. He also won an Oscar for a short film, Dear Basketball, in 2018. He will be missed. He was a joy to the world.
Yeah.
And a terrible, terrible story. I mean, I don't know him personally, but he's just missed in my life anyway, just from watching.
No, I mean, that's the thing with people like this, and a lot of people are always saying, oh, you can't really, mourn or like get really this sad for celebrities because you don't really know them. But that's absolutely horse crap, Of
course.
Yeah, because, you see them for years. You've seen this guy for 20 years. They're feel like you know them.
They're part of your life.
Exactly.
I'm going to tell you something. Every day, we have 1,000 people, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, whatever watches. I think we're over 5,000 people watch our show every day.
Yeah.
Okay. I haven't met most of them, but I would believe I'm part of their life.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would believe they would be sad if I got killed in a helicopter crash. Okay, because I'm part of their life. I come into their living room, or their workplace, or their car, 2 hours every day.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, Kobe did the same.
Absolutely.
Kobe did the same.
Yeah.
What's the problem, Jilly? You have more cards for me. Thank you very much. All right. Meanwhile, it is Chinese New Year.
Yes.
It is the year of the rat. It symbolizes more questions and answers. Corresponding with the first new moon of 2020, Chinese New Year, also known as the Lunar New Year, it occurred on Saturday. So for all of those out there who celebrate the Chinese New Year, which is about a quarter of the world, right?
Yeah.
About a quarter of the world is Chinese. And for the other 3/4 of the people who don't, Happy Chinese New Year.
Yeah.
It's the year of the rat. And it's described as a very clever and innovative rat. They love to be very active, these Chinese rats.
I feel like my year is the year of the rat too.
Well, this is also the year of the rat. It's every 12 years. It recycles.
Okay. So
Yeah, it's not like there's one animal and then it never comes back again. So every 12 years it recycles. This is the year of the rat. They're very hard-working rats.
Ugh.
They love to collect things and they like to organize things. And it is, as I just said, the most widely celebrated holiday in the world because 250 million people celebrate the Chinese New Year.
Yeah. You know why?
What?
I celebrate it?
Why?
Because it is my anniversary.
Anniversary of what?
Being on Brad Show Live.
Is it really?
I came at Chinese New Year.
This is your anniversary?
Yeah.
Wow! I didn't know your first anniversary was. Nobody told me. We could have had a celebration,
Yeah, it was
Yo-Yo.
super cold outside, and I was out there freezing my butt out with Jelly Bean.
Oh my! Nobody told me this was our anniversary.
Yep.
I feel like a heel.
Yeah.
I feel like a bad husband.
That's all
like
good.
when the husband comes home from work,
Right.
and the wife is in there, and she's mad at him, and she's throwing down the potatoes on the table, and then she's throwing down the meat on the table, and he says, "Honey, what's wrong?" And she looks at him and says, "Are you kidding me?" And he says, "Honey, what's wrong?" And she says, "Seriously? Are you kidding me?" And he says, "Yeah, honey, what's wrong?" She goes, "You missed my anniversary.
Absolutely.
Here, have your goddamn potatoes." Boom! That's how I feel right now.
Yeah, you should. It's actually really sad.
It is sad. I'm sorry. We'll celebrate tomorrow when Nesquik is here.
Okay.
All right, we'll have a big party. I promise you.
All right.
All right, so meanwhile, Vicky Lee, the author of the children's book Ruby's Chinese New Year, describes Chinese New Year as the most important and the most popular holiday for Chinese people in the Chinese culture. Lee explains that the Chinese New Year is all about being very happy, very prosperous, and that the red is also very in keeping with that. Red is a very fortuitous color. It's a lucky, lucky color.
Okay, so it is mine. 1984.
Did you wear red for purpose because it's the Chinese
Because it's
New Year?
Chinese New Year, and it's the year of the rat, which was my year in 1984 as well.
Yeah. Meanwhile, sad day for immigrants as well.
Oh gosh.
The Supreme Court overturned the law that put a halt on Donald Trump changing the affidavit of support requirements. In an order today, the Supreme Court allowed the Trump administration to begin enforcing new limits on immigrants who are considered likely to become overly dependent on government benefits. The court voted 5-4. The Department of Homeland Security announced in August that it would expand the definition of a public charge to be applied to people whose immigration to the United States could be denied because of a concern that they would primarily depend on the government for their income. So in the past, this was just based on an affidavit of support. You can show 125% above the poverty level, you were fine.
Yeah.
Now there's about a 15-point balancing between government benefits, do you have a job,
Right.
are you of working age? So the rules that are now at the embassies abroad are now also going to be applied to adjustment of status cases here. I don't know the answer yet because the Supreme Court just came down with this decision about 90 minutes ago.
Wow.
So I don't know if it applies to new applications, existing applications, if we have to bring additional documentation to adjustment interviews starting tomorrow, starting next week. I don't know the answers to any of this. All we know is the Supreme Court struck down the injunction preventing Trump from instituting the new affidavit of support rules. How will the Department of Homeland Security respond to this? Will they say, okay, starting tomorrow, this is all applications are going for an interview, or all applications that are received?
Right.
Will old applications that were already filed be grandfathered in? I don't know. I don't know the answer to any of this yet.
Shouldn't they have said all that first so we did know?
I don't know. Meanwhile, there's a big fight going on in the impeachment of Donald Trump. Right now, the Republicans are saying, we haven't heard from anybody who says that they heard Trump say, don't give money to Ukraine until they give me dirt on Biden. And Trump has instructed all of the people who work for him, who may have heard him say this, not to cooperate with the impeachment. And the Republicans are hanging their hat on, well, we haven't heard anything. But the actual fact that Trump is telling people who work for him not to come testify is in fact the obstruction of justice. Now, will the Senate grow two big kahungas and get Trump to subpoena or get subpoenas on Trump's people to come in and testify? Will they allow witnesses who want to come testify, who have previously not testified, to come forward? Lev Parnas, who was Rudy Giuliani's, I guess, henchman. Basically, he was the scout who went out to the Ukraine to go find politicians to go give dirt to Giuliani. He said he heard Trump say all of this in meetings. He's now under indictment. Trump says, well, you can't believe him. He's under indictment. But that's always Trump's excuse. Every time one of Trump's people go under indictment,
they're criminals.
And just recently on Friday, Yo-Yo, John Bolton, you know, the guy with the big mustache, somehow he wrote a book. And that book was released, the transcripts of that book were released to the White House on December 30th, and then released to the public over the weekend before it became out and you can buy the book. And in that book, John Bolton says, he heard Donald Trump say, do not give money to the Ukrainians. We're going to withhold funding until there is a day that we get dirt on Biden. He heard Trump say it. He said he's willing to come testify. Will the Senate call him? Because if we start hearing people, testify to these things, this is the exact thing that Trump was impeached on. Okay. Did he abuse his power? Is he obstructing justice? Is he using his presidency for his own personal gain instead of the benefits or for the people of the United States of America? It really comes down to this: power. It really comes down to power, Yonathan, because right now Donald Trump says the executive, who is Donald Trump, the executive branch of the United States of America is all powerful. They can do anything. They can break any law. They can do whatever they want. You can subpoena anybody from the executive branch. We're not going to comply. And basically, he is saying that the President of the United States is all powerful. And nobody can do anything to him. And I really hope the Republicans look at this not from their own selfish standpoint, but simply look at it from a constitutional checks and balances. They could decide not to impeach him.
Right.
But to say we're not going to call witnesses, we're not going to ask witnesses to come forward, and we're going to say to the executive branch that there are no witnesses allowed to come testify. If you don't want a witness to come testify, executive branch, they're basically ceding power to the president, saying you're all powerful. There has to be some checks and balances here, Yo-Yo.
Yeah, I agree.
There has. Now, supposedly, on Saturday there was a video released, and it was reviewed and first reported by ABC News, and it appeared to capture Donald Trump saying he wanted to get rid of the then U.S. ambassador to Ukraine, Maria Yovanovitch. The recording, which was provided to the PBS NewsHour by Joseph Bondi, the lawyer for Lev Parnas, who heard the original conversation, is said to be from a dinner in Washington, D.C. on April 30th, 2018, a year before Yanovich was actually fired. About 42 minutes into the video, Parnas appears to say, the biggest problem there, I think where we need to start is we got to get rid of the ambassador. She's still left over from the Clinton administration. Trump then appears to say, where? The ambassador to Ukraine? Parnas replies, yes. She's basically walking around telling everybody, wait, he's going to get impeached, just wait. A few seconds later, Trump appears to say, get rid of her, get her out tomorrow. I don't care, get her out tomorrow, take her out, okay? Do it. Now, the reason why they wanted the ambassador out is she was preventing Trump from doing what he wanted to do,
right?
Which was in essence, go to the Ukraine, make a deal with the president of the Ukraine, Zelensky, and say, I'll give you whatever you want. You want a meeting with the White House? Fine. You want funding for your war against Russia? Fine. Give me dirt on Biden that doesn't exist. Make it up. I don't care. That's basically, and there's a video. Let's watch.
Get rid of her.
Hooray.
One of the first things get her out tomorrow. I don't care. Get her out tomorrow. Take her out. Okay?
Excellent.
Do it.
That's wild.
Yes. And finally,
that is wild.
Yeah. Today, Yonathan, marks the 75th anniversary of the liberation of Auschwitz, which was the concentration camp liberated January 27, 1945. More than 40 presidents and prime ministers, kings, princesses, grand dukes came to Jerusalem last week to attend the Fifth World Holocaust Forum entitled Remembering the Holocaust, Fighting Anti-Semitism. I will say, Yonathan, that if the Auschwitz concentration camp was not liberated, my family was already in the United States of America.
Oh, okay.
So my individual family members didn't have to worry. But had the United States lost World War II and the Nazis invaded the United States of America, there would be no Brad show today. I would not be around.
Right.
I would not be around. Now, Israel's officials say it's an important step to have so many world leaders speak with one voice in one place, denouncing racism and denouncing anti-Semitism.
Yes.
And they're expressing the hope that more countries will accept the definition of anti-Semitism authored by the International Holocaust Remembrance Alliance, an 11-point definition adopted so far by 19 countries around the world. Interestingly, the one president who did not come was the president of Poland, which is where Auschwitz, two presidents didn't come. Donald Trump,
of course,
he was in Davos, and the president of Poland, which is where the Auschwitz concentration camp was.
Wow.
Now, he declined the invitation because he was told he would not be able to make a speech at Yad Vashem, which is Israel's national Holocaust remembrance. Now, given that Auschwitz was located in Poland and that more Polish Jews were killed in the Holocaust than Jews from any other nation, Duda felt he should have spoken. And he said in a television speech earlier that the inability to speak in regard to this matter is against the interests of Poland. Now, event organizers say that they only plan to hear from leaders from Israel, Germany, and the four allied powers, the US, the United Kingdom, France, and Russia. Now, Duda has accused Putin of rewriting history by downplaying the full significance of the 1939 Nazi-Soviet pact, which included an agreement over the division of Poland. For his part, Putin has said anti-Semitism in Poland has been overlooked as a cause of the war. I will say this, though. Even though there more Polish Jews were killed in the Holocaust, there were actually more Russian Jews killed in World War II, because the Russian Jews were put on the front lines to be the first ones killed.
Oh, wow.
So, and there's an actual museum in Moscow now that admits all of this.
Sheesh.
So there were actually as many Russian Jews killed or more just being on the front lines because they said those are the people we'll kill first.
Yeah.
You know,
they were basically the armor, the guards.
Correct, right.
Yeah.
They were the pawns if it was a chess
Yeah.
match. So they were the
Sheesh.
ones who were put on the front lines first. If you were a Jew, you got put on the front line first for Russia. And so as many Jews just died from bullets as from the Holocaust.
Man.
Well, luckily we won. I'm here.
Yeah. Woo. Thank God.
What else is happening? Pentagon says 34 U.S. troops suffered brain injuries following the Iran attack. Donald Trump said 0 people were injured. There are now 34 people injured as a result of the 2 missile attacks on the Iraqi base, U.S. Iraqi base, which was the retaliation for killing the general in Iran. 34 members of our military have some sort of head injury, traumatic brain injury, as a result of the missiles falling near or close to where they were standing, sleeping, or living. Now, if you remember, Donald Trump tweeted all is well following the January 7th Iranian strike. But now, obviously, all is not so well. Now, the Veterans of Foreign Affairs, the nation's largest group, is asking Trump to apologize for minimizing the injuries to troops sustained in the attack, because Trump said at a news conference earlier this week he did not consider the injuries very serious. I can tell you as a personal injury attorney, there is nothing more serious than a traumatic brain injury.
Exactly.
Okay, we saw firsthand from our returning vets who are immigrants who had brain injuries, the problems that they had.
Exactly.
All right, and they ended up getting deported.
Yeah.
Now, the Veterans of Foreign Affairs, I'm going to quote them, they said TBI is a serious injury and one that cannot be taken lightly. TBI is known to cause depression, memory loss, severe headaches, dizziness, and fatigue, all injuries that come with both short and long-term effects.
That's really foul that he would actually say that. It's like...
Now, I have a coronavirus update, Yonathan.
Okay.
First of all, I have a cold.
Oh.
I hope I don't have the coronavirus. Because if I do, we're all...
Oh, hell no.
We are all in for it. Right now, there are 100 people sick in the United States with the coronavirus.
100?
100 people.
Wasn't it just like 2? Like
5
the
have
last
been
time
reported.
we talked about?
5 are, I read, Jill is yelling at me 5. I read over 100.
Wait, what?
Okay, yeah. But, okay, maybe it's 5. I read over 100. All right, we'll see. An outbreak of the coronavirus. 81 people have been killed in China already. 3,000 people have contracted the virus so far. 76 deaths were in central province of Hubei. The S&P stock market fell by more than 1.6% today on fears that this coronavirus is going to spread like wildfire, like this is contagion. The Chinese economy, which is experiencing its worst slowdown in nearly 3 decades, is already hurting from the impact. The stock market is recognizing all of this now.
Oh, man.
Now, Jill is telling me only 5 people, but I read 100. Bullet 9 said, Bullet 9! Woo! Officials at the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention said on today that 110 patients in 26 states are being evaluated for the infection, but 5 of the 110 have already been positive so far.
Okay.
So that's where I saw the number over 100.
Right.
Okay.
But I mean, that's still like, it's still going up.
Yes.
It ain't going down. That's still scary.
Right. And finally, Michelle Obama has released her 2020 workout playlist.
My forever first lady.
Yes, with music from Beyonce, Lizzo, Ed Sheeran. So she shared her 2020 workout playlist Sunday, and included the music of Beyonce, Lizzo, Ed Sheeran, and others, as I said. Obama tweeted with her list. It's about that time when New Year's resolutions get a bit harder to stick to. To offer a little inspiration, I want to share my go-to hashtag workout playlist with you. These songs always seem to give me the extra boost. So Beyonce was a frequent entry on the playlist, which included the Superstar Singer's 2019 cover, Before I Let Go, and the 28 hit Apes. S-H-I-T.
Okay.
Right?
Oh, yeah, with her
which was
and
recorded
Jay-Z.
with her, Jay-Z.
That's a
Other
dope song.
standouts on Obama's list include Cardi B's Press, Calvin Harris's ultra catchy Slide, and Nipsey Hussle's Hustle and Motivate. You know
Nice.
that one,
I
right?
do.
You like
I
that
do.
one?
I do.
Lizzo's Soulmate was high up on the list. Which one is your favorite of all those I've said so far?
Actually, crazy thing is, all of those songs are just like really good to.
Would they be on your workout list?
Yeah, it
So
gives
she
you
has a
good
good workout
energy.
list.
Yeah, no, really good workout list.
So in Sunday's new workout playlist, the former First Lady also included a cool-down section highlighted by Meek Mill's 24/7
That's different.
and Coffee's Smash Hit Toast,
Love that song.
which was on the former First Lady's list as well.
Oh, I
And
love
she
that
is Jamaican.
song. That's her.
She's Jamaican, and she won a Grammy.
Have
right?
you heard that song?
I think I have.
I'm gonna have to send it to you
I
if you
think I
haven't.
have.
I know you guys have heard it.
Yeah.
Everybody out there, y'all heard Coffee's Toast, right? She's Jamaican. Amazing song, just like a feel-good song.
Right.
I love it.
And by the way, Michelle also won a Grammy last night for the best spoken word album for
Wow.
the audiobook version of her best-selling memoir.
Wow.
Yes, I did
know
not
that.
watch the Grammys last
I
night.
watched part of it.
Yeah.
I watched part of it. I didn't know she won a Grammy.
Right.
That's amazing.
But I saw some pictures on Instagram from the Grammys, so it looked fun. But
Yeah.
I didn't watch it.
Yeah. Still somber though, like because of
Because of
Kobe.
Kobe, yeah.
But
All right, Jonathan, we got to answer some immigration
Yes.
questions. Why don't you tell everybody what they need to do?
All right.
No wah.
no, want.
They listen,
and they
folks.
all confirmed, by the way,
they did,
that they
good.
were listening to me, and they all wished me a happy anniversary. So I know you guys are really listening. All right, everybody. Now, Facebook. We need you guys all to start your watch parties. All right. So when you guys do this, I need you to also confirm in the comment section. All you have to do is click on share, an option down, and say host a watch party. Let you know how many friends you have online. Then click start. And the video goes from this page to your page. You are the host. So once you start your watch party, click confirm. I need to see confirm in the comment section. And if you do not know how to do it, let me know. I will go slow and tell you. I'll even show it to you on my laptop. All right, so it's very easy. One more time. All you do, I'm gonna do it as we're talking. Share, okay? Couple options down that says start a watch party. You click on start a watch party, then it will say start. And then when you say start, you could actually invite all your friends individually, and it'll also send a little notification to all your friends that are online right now. So do that and click confirm. Also put all your comments and questions in the comment section right now. And on YouTube, first things first, you guys, make sure you subscribe. Click that little red button and make it gray. Also click that little bell right next to it so you can get notified anytime we get on. Make sure you share this video. Now you can create a post. Create a post, it will send to your whole community. You could actually put a little description about what the show is about. So make sure you do that. And last but not least, on YouTube, I need you guys to all click the thumbs up. Let's see how many thumbs up we have right now. Right now we have 41, all right? Let's get up to about 55 right now. Can we do that? 55.
Yo, don't forget that we have a contest going on Instagram.
We do. I'll talk about that.
Talk about that as well.
We'll talk about that. All right, so everybody click on the thumbs up, but now let's talk about the contest on Instagram. Look for this picture right here. I want to see if I can
That Brad
find.
Show Live.
It's on Brad Show
And
Live.
if anybody's looking right now, it says $200 value, Yo-Yo.
Yes.
So what do you get? You get a free consultation with me. I charge $200 for my consultations. You're going to get it for free, wherever you are in the world. So even if you're not in the New York area, you can get a free consultation with me. We do it by phone, or you can see me in person right here in New York City. Either way, I will give you a much more thorough answer and question and resolve your issues than you get here on this show. It's a full consultation.
Yes.
So what do you have to do to enter to win a free consultation with me? Well, on Wednesday, we're going to pull out from our drum, I call it the machine, a lucky name. And that lucky name will get into our drum. It will get into our machine if you do one of the following three. You do all the following three.
You got to
It's
do
not
all
one,
of it.
Not wars, these are ands.
Do it all.
1, you have to be following at Brad Show Live on Instagram. 2, you have to find that post where it says, win a free consultation worth $200 with me, Brad Bernstein.
It's on the
Right
fourth
there.
line.
It's on the fourth line
it's the
down.
in the middle.
And then you tag 5 of your friends in the comments after you like the post. So, it's very simple.
Very simple.
Follow at Brad Show Live on Instagram. Like the $200 free consultation post, which is on the fourth line down. Tag 5 of your friends in that post. Your name will be entered into our machine, and if you're the lucky person that either Yo-Yo or Nesquik pulls out, you will get a free consultation with me. If you tag 10 friends, you're going to get your name in twice. If you tag 15 friends, you'll get your name in 3 times. And if you tag up to 20 friends, you'll get your name in 4 times. Yo-Yo?
All right, there you have it. That's about it. Now, but also on Instagram, on Brad Show Live, make sure you guys go to the live video and share this video to all your friends in a DM. It's very easy. It's a direct message. Literally just press the little arrow and hit any ones of your friends or family or anybody that you think might enjoy or need this show. All right, so many people need this show, and like I said, it's all in your hands. So we need everybody on all social media platforms to share this video right now. All right, now it's time for you guys to start calling in and getting answers to your immigration questions.
All right. Charles in Seattle, Washington. Charles, how are you?
I'm doing really well.
Good.
Hi,
What's
Brad.
going on?
Hello.
What's going on? How are you?
Yeah, very well. Thank you. I have my question is about the N400 form.
Yes.
I am preparing to apply now, but the yes and no questions, they don't seem really to apply specifically to me.
Like what yes or no question would not apply to you?
On the N400.
Like, give me an example.
The one, for example, for torture. In many of these questions, I am the victim. So I guess my question is, when you are the victim, how are you supposed to answer by saying yes or no?
You have never tortured anybody, so the answer is no. I assume you've never tortured anybody. So your answer is no. They're asking, did you do something bad, not did something bad happen to you?
Okay. So it's for example,
every question applies to you. You either did it or you didn't do it. So for example, the question that says, I'm paraphrasing, I don't know exactly what it says, but if it says, did you ever torture anybody in your life? The question's not, one second, the question's not, did I ever get tortured? It's, did I ever do the torturing? Was I the one hurting somebody? I assume you're a good person. The answer is no, and that's what you would write.
Yes. Brad, allow me to say, please, that, see, the way you ask the question, it makes sense, but the question says, have you ever been involved in any way?
The answer is you have not tortured anybody. Or if you want to be safe rather than sorry, you can answer yes and give an explanation. I was tortured. I never actually tortured anybody, but I was a victim of torture. And you can just, 2 or 3 sentences and give an explanation if you choose to. But the way that I read it is you never did any torturing. They want to know if you're a bad person.
Okay.
So you can answer it either way. Whatever makes you happy.
Yeah, and by the way, the reason I'm a little worried about this is the other question of, have you ever been involved with any group like rebel groups, and what if you were captured?
You were not involved. I don't think being involved with a rebel group is the same as being a prisoner of a rebel group. Those are 2 different concepts.
Okay.
All right.
Now, the other question I have, sir, before I let you go here, please, is what is the experience generally with asylees applying for citizenship? Because it seems like most of the information out there is marriage-based citizenship.
It's the same exact laws for asylees applying for citizenship as anybody else. Do you have 5 years good moral character? Will you take allegiance to the United States of America? Do you know how to read and write English? Do you have any deportable offenses? Do you have anything that would make you a bad citizen, like you tortured people, you were a Nazi, you were part of a terrorist group, you were part of a rebel group, you were part of a military that did something bad to other people? Those things would apply to anybody, whether they got asylum or they got a green card through marriage.
Okay.
All right.
Now, if I had to hire you, sir, what would be, now I'm in Seattle.
So
how do you conduct consultation when someone is in another state then?
We're talking right now, right? So we talk over the phone, but except instead of thousands of people listening to our conversation, it's just me and you. And then we do everything by email, mail, and we get everything filed for you. I can handle your immigration case in all 50 states without ever having met you.
Okay.
All right, hold on one second.
I guess
all right. You got to go speak to the secretary to figure out how the consultation works, all right? We got to move on. Let's go to Gustavo in Los Angeles, California. Gustavo.
How's it going, Brad?
How are you?
I'm good. I'm calling in regard to a home visit I had. It was in December 11th.
Who visited you?
two immigration officers.
Okay, was not Santa Claus or anything.
It's
All right.
a marriage base.
Why? All right. So they
Marriage-based.
all right. So when they came to visit you, they came to the marital home to see if you and your wife are living together. What did they discover?
Correct. So when they came here, I let them in. My wife was not home because she was on her way to her yoga
Right.
class.
Did they ask to see the closet, that she had clothes there, that she was living there?
Correct. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
That's
So,
what they do.
While they were,
Just so you know,
Yeah,
when
while they were-
one second, then you can tell me more. But just so everybody knows, when they do a home visit, the first thing they do is they go to the bedroom and they say, "Open up the drawers, open up the closet. Let me peek in the bathroom. Is there a man and woman living in this room?" First
correct.
thing they do.
It's exactly what
Right.
happened. Yeah. So yeah, while they were inspecting the room, I called my wife. I put on speaker, and I said to her like, yeah, so two immigration officers are here. So can you come back? So they wanted to see you. So
Right.
and then I put on speaker. They listened everything, and so 30 minutes later she arrived here. She was back in our house, and then they asked more questions. Yeah, they inspected everything.
Well,
and
it sounds
they-
like everything went well because you and your wife live together. So it sounds like it's a good thing. They checked it out. You see,
Correct.
to me,
Yeah,
to
so
me,
my
to
que-
me. Wait, 1 second. I don't mean to interrupt you, and I'll let you talk. But to me, if you and your spouse live together, there's nothing better than the immigration coming to find out what they should already know, which is you live together, and they come to your home. I'm happy to have you there. Come in, sir, and I'm not hiding anything. So as long as it's a real marriage, to me, it's all good.
I agree 100%. But it's been 45 days, and I haven't heard.
You got to give them 120 days. They got to write up a
Oh,
report.
more 120 days.
120 days from when they showed up. Give them 120 days, and then give me a call.
Oh, I asked the officers. They said 60 to 90, but
All right, but it's
they
120.
might
It's
take
120.
longer, right?
Yeah, 120, and then if you don't hear anything, give me a call.
Okay, so you think that?
I think
sometimes
everything
I
is
think-
perfect.
Yeah, because I don't understand why we were like picked for this.
It doesn't really matter. But based on what you're describing, it's a real marriage. They saw it was a real marriage. So I'm telling you, everything's perfect, and I'm sure they'll send you a green card. Hang in there.
Oh, thank you, man.
All
Thank
right.
you.
You're very welcome.
It really makes me happy. Thank
Good.
you, man.
Good. All right, let's go to David in Texas. David.
Yes. Good evening, Brad. How you doing today?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing okay. My name is David. I have an 18-year-old boy with 10 years permanent residence.
Right.
And I was wondering if I want to file for him, what documents do I send? Because
How did you get your green card?
I got mine through marriage.
Okay. Now you married your wife before your son turned 18. What's the status with your wife and your marriage?
My status with my ex-wife. I came into the country via K1 with my ex-wife.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right. So then the answer would be that she's not going to file for your son. Then you got to file for him. You're going to file an I-130. Do it now. He should get here before he's 21. Hopefully he stays in that F2A category.
Okay, but can he file the green card by the
adjustment?
N400? No, the citizenship by himself.
No, because he's going to get a green card after he turns 18 years old. So he's not going to become an automatic citizen.
He already has a 10 years permanent residence.
Okay, so are you a citizen?
No, I'm not a citizen.
And he's over 18 years old. He's not going to be an automatic citizen. If your question is if he's had a green card for more than 5 years.
Yes, he has.
Then he would file his N400 on his own now. Now I understand your question.
Now the question is, what document can he send, because he still lives with me?
You send his green card, and you fill out the form, and what else do you need to prove? Good moral character. Prove that he's a dependent on you, so he hasn't filed the tax returns, he hasn't worked. I mean, what else he knows how to read and write English. There's no other documents to prove.
All right. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Brad.
All right, let's go to Brian in Long Island. Brian?
Hello? Yes, hi, good afternoon. How are you?
Good afternoon. How are you?
Good. I have a question. What happened? I have a pending I-45 application, and I was caught with DUI. So I want to know if that will affect the application and if it's
Yes,
possible that
yes,
I can
it
get
affects good moral character, especially if you're convicted. So it's a problem.
And
have you been convicted of the DUI yet?
No, not yet. No.
All right, you need to fight it out. You need a good criminal defense attorney. That's really what it comes down to. Because if you're found guilty of a DUI, the answer is yes, it could affect it. So hold on one second. Let's go to Deanna in Las Vegas. Deanna.
Yes.
Hi, Deanna. How are you?
I'm good.
What's going on?
I have a couple of questions.
Yes.
So, he's not yet my husband, but we are planning on getting married anytime soon.
Right.
And he is on government support, because I know you were talking about
what kind of government
people
support?
being on government support. I'm not.
What kind of government
like
support?
We're not married yet, but he is on government support.
What kind of government support?
Say that again.
What kind of government support?
He's on medical, and then he gets food stamps. Medical
Okay,
for the.
so-
He has 3 kids.
So then, based on now the Supreme Court, what their decision was, he's not going to be able to file for you. If he's been on...
Oh, he won't be
no,
able
it's going to be a big problem now. Big problem, because you should have been married 6 months ago. Got your application in before the Supreme Court decision. And the Supreme Court just finished the injunction on the old laws. The new Trump laws are going into effect. And if you're on government assistance, you got a big problem if you're petitioning.
Oh, wow, okay.
All right, now if the government assistance is for children, it doesn't matter. But if the government assistance is for him, it matters.
Yeah, I mean, because the medical is for kids, but then the food stamp is like for all of them.
Well, he's got a big problem. I would, based on now this injunction being lifted, I would have a consultation and make a determination if this is the route you want to go to get a green card. So hold on one second. Let's go to Babacar in the Bronx. Babacar.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm fine. How you doing?
Fabulous. What's going on?
Okay, thank you for calling me. I just want to ask a question. My English is not like that good. You understand?
I don't know what mine is not like that. Do you understand means? Tell me what your question
Okay,
is.
I understand. I understand. I've been married since September to 18.
Uh-huh.
8 months after I've been married, they're sending me like deportation, like removal. They say overstay.
Okay, they sent you a notice to appear.
Yeah, they send me overstay,
Okay.
and I don't do nothing. I don't got no criminal record, all of that. And then I applied for
But
my
you're still deportable for being on overstay. But you're married to a
Yeah.
U.S. citizen. Have you filed an adjustment?
Yeah.
Why did the government pick you out of everybody if you don't have a criminal record? What did you do wrong?
No, yeah, that's the question.
I don't know. That is the
I've been
question.
married-
Why did you
Yeah,
file, Babacar? Obviously, you came across their radar somehow. Okay, they just didn't pick you out of the phone book. All right. So you filed an application. It got denied. You got arrested. The case was dismissed. You tripped over an immigration officer. How did they get you?
Yeah, that's because I don't nothing. But I was to the court because with my roommate, she take us to the court. I think that way they find I'm in the country.
What your roommate took you to court for? What reason?
Because he want to be moved to the house, and we don't have to find place yet, and we don't move.
All right, Babacar, you're married to a U.S. citizen?
Yeah.
You're in deportation? You're in deportation?
Yeah.
Okay. How come
Yeah.
you're not living with your wife?
Yeah, we live together, and then now I applied for the petition, and they approve it.
Okay. So what's your question?
Then I want to know then what if my petition is approved already.
I have no idea. I have no idea what happened with your removal case. Were you ordered deported? Did you not show up to court? Is it still pending?
No. I go to the first court.
Okay, so then you got to tell the judge you want to adjust your status and put in an I-485. Do you have a lawyer?
Yeah. No, I don't have a lawyer.
Okay, so that's why it sounds like you need a lawyer because I don't even understand the description of your case is hard to follow. So hold on. Let's go to Michael in Westchester. Michael.
Hello.
How are you?
Not too bad. How are you too?
What's going on?
Yes. What happened is that I have I'm an American citizen, but I have a son that is born in Jamaica.
Right.
And because of me, they gave him his American citizenship. He has never been here.
Okay.
But he has Down syndrome.
Okay.
He's a special need.
Okay.
But his mother, I wanted her to bring him up here to me. I'm wondering if she can get a visit.
She can try. She can try, or the worst case scenario is you would go to Jamaica and pick him up. It's not the hardest thing in the world to do. All right. But yeah, she could try to get a visa, but you know, if not, then go to Jamaica and get him.
I understand that, but there's no way she can get a.
There's no visa.
What is it? There's no guarantee.
There's no guarantee, and there's no visa that says I need a visa to carry my son up to the father when the father can just as easily, you know, travel to Jamaica to do it. All right, so you know, but let her try.
Thank you so much.
The worst thing they'll say is no. Let her try.
I appreciate it.
Okay. All right. Thanks,
cool.
Michael.
Yeah. All right.
And by the way, this is for Sandra Salinas. She said, "Brad, show your pearly whites."
Aww.
Yeah. You know, I got up this morning in Miami, so I've been up since 4 a.m. I'm a bit tired, but I'm doing the show. So I woke up at 4 to catch a plane to get to work this morning.
Lord.
Yeah. So meanwhile, in today's Spar Bernstein Attorney Close-Up, immigration attorney Jonathan Aftalion and Jamila Luke give us some tips for filing for your green card. Let's watch.
If you're thinking of applying for a green card, one of the things that I will recommend is that you gather all of the necessary documentation as early as possible. Procrastination is not your friend. It's not. So we want to get everything together. If you're working with an attorney, like the fabulous attorneys we have here at Spar Bernstein, you want to make sure that you follow all of the instructions that they give you to gather all of the documents, because what we've seen from time to time is that the documents that you're looking for might not be as easily accessible as you may think. Or they might be in a different language and now you have to get it translated and certified. So you want to start really early, especially when working with an attorney, so we can review it and make sure that you have exactly what you think that you have for your interviews. The second tip that I would give is when it comes to anyone that is trying to get a green card and you have a criminal record, whether it was something that was a misdemeanor, whether it was something that was sealed, expunged, whether it was something that happened a long time ago, whether it was a case where your criminal attorney told you it is no contest, or the Latin is nolo contendere, these are still things that you want to make sure that you bring up to your attorney, or that you consider if you don't have an attorney at this time, because they can make a big difference in your case. So if you are thinking about it, please do contact one of the attorneys here at Spar Bernstein. We would love to help you.
I would suggest anyone who has any sort of arrest, it doesn't necessarily have to be a conviction, but convictions could and a lot of times do affect your immigration status. So if you have any arrests whatsoever, go see an attorney so that they could make sure that the arrest was properly dealt with. If charges were brought, they were dismissed, or if you were convicted, it's an immigration safe plea.
The proceeding was information only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. All right, let's go to Gary in Lake Worth, Florida. Gary.
Hi, Brad.
How are you?
Hi, I'm okay. Brad, I called you sometime 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
It was my I-751 case.
Yes.
You told me that I had a divorce in 2019. So you told me I need to do a two-line letters saying that I need to be converted. I did that.
Okay.
However, the young lady should have called me back. She didn't. But I have a question, though.
Which young lady? I don't know which young lady you're talking about.
Young lady from your side.
Young lady from my side?
Yeah, because you told me to hold, and she said I should have called me back, but she didn't.
All right, so I hear a complaint, by the way, from Gary. Let's take note of it that the secretary did not call him back to make an appointment. But you can call back 100 times. But anyway, what is your question, Gary?
Okay, Brad. So, I really want to use you, but I have a concern. I don't know if this is off the air or on the air.
All right, I think you're an off the air type of guy. I already hear it. Okay, hold on 1 second. All right, he's already concerns, complaints. That's an off air type of situation. What do you think?
Agreed.
Yo-Yo. All right, let's go to Niyi in Farmingham, Virginia. Niyi.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, sir.
What's going on?
Fine. I have some questions. I came in as a K1 visa from Nigeria. And I got married with my wife February 11th. And April, I sent in application for adjustments. And December 2nd, I had the information that my application was denied, and two reasons.
Why?
Two reasons is I didn't submit sponsors from 864.
You didn't give an affidavit of support, and what was the other reason?
And death certificates, which I submitted.
All right, so now you got to redo it again.
My question is that they gave me option for motion, which I am unable to do that because I don't have money. My question I've been waiting.
Refile it again. Refile it again.
Yeah, but my second question is that my wife, she left the house with me now. I'm living alone now because she left the house.
Now you got a huge problem. Because if your wife's not filing for you, you didn't get an affidavit of support, you can't get a green card here. So you got a huge problem. Okay? So what do you do?
Do you have any option?
Your option is get back together with your wife or get her to sign an affidavit of support for you. Because other than that, you can't get a green card here as a K1. Okay? I know you have no money, but that's what you need to do, and you probably need a consultation. I don't know if you have money for it, but that's what you need to do. Hold on. Let's go to Irene in the Bronx. Irene.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. Good evening.
What's going on?
My name. I talked to my mother on January 13, 2016.
Right.
And then she went to interview on the December 13, 2017. Everything was okay, and they tell her to come and pick up her passport.
Great.
But they approved the visa for her.
So what's the problem?
When it comes, whenever she go over there to get her passport, they don't let her in.
What country is this? What country is this?
Ghana. Ghana.
Right. So your mother got approved for a green card from 2 years ago, and they're not letting her into the U.S. Embassy. Have you called? Have you called the U.S. Embassy?
Yes. Whenever I call, I don't get nobody to talk to. I send a letter, everything. I haven't received anything back.
All right. Sounds like you need a lawyer to cut through the red tape and get your mother an interview and a green card. Hold on. That's really what it is. You got to get to the right people. This is a situation of not what you know, it's who you know. Hold on. Let's go to Cynthia in Hanover, Pennsylvania. Cynthia.
Hi, Brad.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
So I recently got married in October to my husband. He lives in Morocco, and I wanted to file for him. But this is like my situation. I have 5 children, and their father, my late husband, passed away 4 years ago, and I had to apply for food stamps and medical assistance.
It's a problem. It's a problem now.
Well, I don't have food stamps anymore. I stopped receiving them a year ago.
Yeah, because they go back 3 years now. But by the time you file for your husband, it'll be at least another year or longer until he gets his visa appointment. And then you would need to get him a job offer, and hopefully that job offer has some sort of medical benefits associated with it.
Well, I have private medical through my job.
Okay, great. So that would be included. Okay, and if you're off of the government assistance and you have medical for him through your job, and you can get him a job offer, and he's of working age, and you can get a good second affidavit of support if required, I think you'll still be able to squeak by.
Well, my brother, he actually lives with me now, my brother, and he is offering to be a co-sponsor too. Now, our income, does he have to fill out a
He doesn't have to do anything right now. The only thing you need to do is file an I-130, all this support stuff will be taken care of in about a year from now.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right? Just file the
All right,
I-130 right now.
Okay. Thank
Great.
you.
You're welcome. All right. Let's go to, 1 second. I have a computer issue here. We're going to go to Israel in Washington, D.C. Israel.
Hey, how are you?
How are you?
I'm good, Brad. Thanks.
What's going on?
First of all, so do you want first before I have my question? Do you want to scoop on Yoni when he was in D.C. first?
Sure. Why not?
All right. Is Yoni there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want me to give the scoop first?
You know Israel?
You don't know me, but I know you.
Oh, wait. Let's go to Yoni. Yoni.
What's up?
Yeah, let's hear the scoop.
What's the scoop?
All right, let's give you a scoop. All right. So
Yeah, I hope it's nice.
He looks conservative now. He's got on like nice shirt. He's got on a really nice hairdo. The
Is this true?
1988.
Is this true, Yo-Yo?
Back then, he used to have like the craziest outfit. He used to be like really crazy.
Yes.
This is very
I
true.
think now
He's calmed
This
down.
is very true.
Yo-Yo, he's calmed down.
He's got on a little earring, but I was like, is that him?
Yes.
That can't be him.
It is him.
Wow, that is wild.
It is him.
Yeah.
You want to
He used
tell?
be on a-
You want to tell?
He used to be on a TV show.
Ah, that's how you know him. You're on a TV show in Washington.
Yep.
That's awesome. What's up, Israel?
All right. So what's going on,
Good to see you,
Israel?
Yoni.
What's going on? What can we do to help?
So Brad, I've been in the U.S. forever.
Yeah.
And for the last probably 8-9 years, I've been working on my business, and this has been really tough, as you know, to get a business going. And my issue is I had like quite a few traffic stuff happen. It was just it was just continuous thing that happened. And there was probably like 4 or 5 times where I missed court, where, I missed the letter and there was warrant and all that stuff, and I cleared it out. And also I had probably, I think maybe 1 to 2 or 3 cases where, a company that was not paid on time, I had to go to court and all that stuff.
So what is your question?
And there was one or 2 times where actually I didn't even the check bounce and all that stuff.
Tell me the question.
So that's all in my record, and so I'm filing for citizenship, and I don't know. A lot of traffic tickets.
How did you get your green card? Through marriage or through a parent? Or?
No, parents. I've been here pretty
so
much.
So you need to show 5 years good moral character from January 27th.
I know, but it's been within the 5 years.
So then I would think twice about filing citizenship if you've had you're about to tell me a whole bunch of arrests and all sorts of other issues.
It's all traffic. It's traffic.
Well, traffic ticket's different because traffic ticket, there's no law that says you're a bad driver, you can't become a citizen. Now, there's a law that says if you don't show up to court, you can't become a citizen because that's bad moral character. So it's two different concepts. What I would suggest is have a consultation. Let's take a look at everything, your life. Let's look at all the dispositions and let's figure it out. So hold on 1 second. Let's go to Chris in Chicago. Chris.
Hello, good night, Brad.
Hi, Chris.
Yeah, I have a small concern.
Yes.
Just trying to see if we can help with it. I was married in 2018 to a United States citizen who had my green card.
Yes.
But in 2019, she took out a restraining order against me. I'm supposed to remove my condition next year, 2021. Will it be
were you arrested?
No.
Well, if she took a restraining order out against you, actually, believe it or not, that's proof it was a real marriage. Because people in business marriages generally don't take restraining orders out against each other. As long as it was not a criminal offense attached to that restraining order, you're okay. It's actually evidence of a bona fide marriage. Now, if you and your wife are no longer together, you get a divorce. Or if you're back together again, then you'll just file it, a joint application, and you had a problem.
No, we divorce almost.
Then that's fine. Already. Then that's fine. So you're divorced. Here's evidence it was a real marriage. She even took a restraining order out against me.
Okay, thank you.
All right, okay. Let's go to Cross in Atlanta, Georgia. Cross.
No, that is sucks.
What sucks, Cross?
Hello.
Hi, how are you? I heard somebody say, man, that sucks.
How you doing?
Good. What's going on?
Yeah, not too much. I want to know what's the latest update on VAWA.
What's the what of VAWA?
Yeah, what's the latest update on it?
They're accepting applications. Go for it.
Oh, okay, then I want to find out. Do you need to fill in all the document at once, or
Yes.
you can send it day by day?
No, you don't send it day by day. You submit it all at one time.
Okay.
All right. Hold on one
what
second.
about the assessment? Can you do that later?
You can do whatever you
the
want. You can do
therapist.
You can do whatever you want later. Just expect that they're going to ask you a whole lot of more questions. So we like to put everything up front, but if you can't do it and you want to get it filed, then submit with something less than everything. But you don't submit it piece by piece. You submit with what you have, and then you wait for them to review it, and then they'll send you back an RFE asking for more documents. And that RFE is usually burdensome. So that's why you like to do everything at one time. But if you can't, and you want to be able to get your application in, then do it that way.
Okay.
All right, hold on one
Then,
second.
how long does it take to get a receipt of it, of the?
How what?
How long does it take? When you submit it, how long do they
It's about
take
2
to
years. It's about 2
reply?
years. It's about 2 years to get an approval. Hold on. All right. Now, Instagram. We're live on Instagram right now, Yonathan Yo-Yo Elias.
Yes, we
But
are.
if you did not get a chance to have your questions answered, you could always follow me at Real Brad Bernstein. And if you follow me and I know who you are, you look familiar to me, you make some comments in any of the comment sections on Facebook, YouTube, or Instagram, and you have a quick question, I'm happy to try to help you as best as I can. Just drop me a DM. If it's a very complicated or going to require an answer longer than 1 or 2 sentences, I'm most likely going to tell you to have a consultation. But I would say more than 60-70% of the people who send me a DM, I just give the answer yes, no, or 1 or 2 sentences. I'm happy to help as best as I can. You can also follow us at Brad Show Live. See the best of Brad Show Live, our best of schmoozing, our best of answering questions, our best of social media check-in, and our best of all our produced content, as well as behind the scenes with everybody, crew behind the scenes and in front of the scenes. And also, if you follow at Brad Show Live and you want a chance to win a free consultation with me, follow at Brad Show Live on Instagram. Go down 4 grids down. You're going to see a picture of a contest that you can join. And in that contest, it says if you can win a $200 free consultation with me. All you have to do is like that post and tag 5 of your friends, and you will get entered into our machine or our drum for a chance to win a free consultation with me. That contest will end Wednesday at 3 p.m. We will pull out of our drum the winner on our Wednesday show. If you have 10 people that you follow or tag in our post, then you'll get entered twice. If you tag 15 people, you'll get entered 3 times. And if you tag up to 20 people, we'll enter you 4 times, 4 chances to win.
Awesome.
And Yo-Yo.
And you guys can follow me at Yonathan Elias TV.
All right. So the crew back there, they didn't know what to do today.
Okay.
So what they did instead is they made a compilation of some callers asking me about the deportation process. Let's watch.
I had took a deal for assault with a deadly weapon, which was a firearm, but nobody got injured or damaged. Well, I got deported, though. Can I still file to come back out there? Well, that's a wrap.
How long ago was it?
2003. It's over 10 years now.
If it's more than 15 years, it's not a wrap. It would most likely have to either be a parent or a spouse, because you're going to need waivers to do that. But it is possibility. I would need to look at your records. An immigration judge is saying no to bond. Then what needs to happen is somebody has to file what's called a habeas corpus petition for your spouse. And what a habeas corpus petition is, it's a Latin term. Habeas corpus means bring the prisoner forward, bring the body forward. It's done in federal court. And what you're saying is, the U.S. government is holding my husband, who legally came on a fiancé visa, who legally I filed an adjustment for, who has a pending charge against him, but no criminal record as of today. They are illegally holding him. Once you get deported for cocaine, you can never come back with a green card ever in your life.
So I don't know, is there any way I can change my status?
No, withholding or removal means that you were not granted asylum. But the judge says your life is in danger if you go back to your home country. So he said, I'm going to give you withholding of removal, which is basically we will not enforce your deportation. The only way you can adjust your status is to reopen your case when and if you become eligible for a green card. When she came, her mom was a citizen when she entered the United States?
Yes.
Then they deported a U.S. citizen. We can send her to the U.S. Embassy. She may have been found guilty of drugs, but they deported a U.S. citizen. So
even her mom is died. Her mom is
even if
dead,
even if her mom's dead, her mom's alive, she was a citizen when she entered the United States at 16. Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. All right, we have something we like to call social media check-in. Yo-Yo, you got some questions there on your computer?
Yes, I do.
All
All
right,
right. First one saying, hey, my name is Laura, and my girlfriend lived in Tennessee and got 3 misdemeanors in 2009, DUI, leaving the scene of an accident, and grand theft auto, and also had a fine of $10,000, but only paid $6,000. She also got 11 months suspended sentence, but went home shortly after. We're planning on going to New York, but not sure if she'll be in trouble. I found you on YouTube and thought that you'd be able to help us, please.
So she went back to her home country, wants to come back on a visitor's visa now? Is that what happened?
Says she went home shortly after. Now they're planning on going to New York.
I don't know what home means, but I guess she went home to her home country and now wants to enter. She's going to have a problem entering if she has all those records and convictions. She better have a consultation with a good attorney before she gets on a plane.
All right. Now, next one is, this is not for an interview for a green card. I have already a 10-year green card. Now the question is, I got my 2-year green card in 2014 and got my 10-year on October 2016. And that time, my ex-husband and I didn't sleep in the same room, but the same house. In 2017, I flew back into the United States, and he left in Germany, duty station. So am I going to get in trouble because I didn't tell USCIS that I got divorced last year? I have a citizenship interview next month.
Yeah, if you got divorced before you removed the conditions of your permanent residence and then got your green card based on a bona fide marriage, which in fact it was no longer bona fide at the time you got your green card because you were divorced, you should have converted the case to a waiver based on divorce. If you didn't, you're going to have a problem at your citizenship. You should have a consultation with a lawyer.
Okay, Sharon saying, sorry, I apologize if my question is long.
Okay.
Here is my due. I have to check the box yes for the N400. The question is, have you ever committed assisted?
We talked with him he called on our show, and he was the one who said he was tortured, but he never did the torturing.
Oh.
This is him.
Okay, did he say that he, almost 20 years ago, they shoplifted in his country when he was 16?
No, he didn't tell me that part.
So do you want me to read it or no?
Yeah, read it.
Okay. N400, the question is, have you ever assisted in committing or attempted to commit a crime or offense for which you are not arrested? So almost 20 years ago, I shoplifted in my country. I was 16 years old at the time, and the security took my fingerprints and my address. I paid the item, the cost less than $1, and they let me go and told me don't do it again, no arrest or no police involvement. Is this going to affect all my documents since I got here in the States, or is it going to affect in the future? I already filed for citizenship.
I think he needs to have a consultation, this guy. We got to find out more about this shoplifting.
Okay, because they came
I don't know
here
if it's an event or a non-event, so we got to figure out more.
Even if it was 16 years old,
well,
20 years ago, and it was under
the law
$1?
says, have you ever committed a crime in which you were not charged?
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay. All right, so have a consultation.
Yes.
Lionheart saying, hey, Brad, great show.
Thank you.
My question is, I applied for my green card October 2019, about to do my biometrics soon, like 4 days from. I'm planning to travel to Mexico in the summer. If all goes well and I get to what I applied for, which is a temporary green card and work permit, is it possible for me to travel outside of the U.S. even if I have been here from November 12, 2016?
Yeah, if you have a green card, you can travel anywhere you want.
The visit expired March 2017.
Yes, go travel.
Okay.
Assuming you have a green card or advance parole.
Okay. Delroy Evans saying, if you are denied a non-immigrant visa under Section 212A6CI, will that affect my approved immigrant visa process. My case is currently at NVC.
Yeah, I don't know what the INA 212A6A1A is, so I would need to.
Okay.
See what that is. But anytime you're denied at the embassy, it affects your case.
86.
So we got to figure that out.
86. I think I got it. Part G, waivers fraud
fraud and misrepresentation. Then yes, it's going to affect it. You lied to the government. You're going to need a waiver.
All right. Miss Ugbaba saying, is an international student on a F1 visa, what are the fastest routes aside of marriage to file for PR?
You can do a job sponsorship. You can file for asylum. You can invest $1 million in a business. Those are all. You can have a family member file for you. Those are all the ways to get a green card.
Kiss Boo 1994 saying, does a divorce 4 months after receiving the green card affect citizenship based on the five-year rule? Excuse me.
Yeah, there's always a question on the validity and bona fides of your marriage when the divorce happens so quickly after you get the green card.
Okay, AJ saying, is it better to wait for an I-751 interview or is it better to file the N-400 when
Wait for
eligible?
the interview.
Okay. David saying, how does today's Supreme Court decision public charge affect a fiancé visa application and the ability to get a green card in the future of an immigrant spouse?
It was already the law even before the Supreme Court decision. These are all, the Supreme Court now says that the new laws will apply now to the United States. The new laws were always applying for the fiancé visa as of a few months ago.
All right. Jamila saying, October 4th, 2019, my I-751 case was transferred to NBC for an interview schedule. My 18-month extension will be expired February 18th, 2020. Did the I-551 stamp on my passport for legal status? When will I receive the 10-year green card?
I have no idea.
Okay, LB
When will you receive it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not even going to pick up the Magic 8 Ball.
Right. LB Gist saying, do I have to disclose my N400 that Canadian border seized my $8,000 and gave it back to me after paying a penalty of $250?
I would think so because they're going to know about it.
Okay. Is that a good moral character issue?
It could be. I could need to know more about what happened.
Kofi Yankson saying, I have a question for my friend.
It was a civil forfeiture of money, so I need to know more of what happened.
Okay. Kofi Yankson has a question for a friend. Please, they have an interview coming on next month, and his U.S. citizen wife is not working at the moment, but the friend is working 2 jobs. Please, will this be a problem for the not working at this time?
It depends on how they're going to deal with this new affidavit support requirements. I don't know if they're going to apply it to every case going for an interview or just new cases that are filed now.
Ayanda saying, would this new public charge affect a conditional green card holder receiving Medicaid when removing condition? Mama Tarla saying, my U.S. citizen husband receives disability pension and Medicaid, pays his Medicare $140. Is this public charge?
Medicare is not. Medicaid is. So I don't, if he's getting Medicare, anyone over 65 is entitled to it.
Okay.
Medicaid, that's based on your income level.
Marissa Brown, last one for now. Kind of a long explanation, but hey, Brad. My husband and a U.S. citizen, my husband maybe is a U.S. citizen, a petition for me, and he also filed a separate petition for my daughter. She's in Jamaica. I received my green card in December. How soon do you think I'll be hearing something about my daughter's case? He petitioned for her November 2018.
Well, it takes at least a year. If you didn't get the I-130 approved already, then you have an issue. You should give me a call.
All right.
All right. So, early in the show, now it all makes sense, Yo-Yo.
Oh.
See, now it all comes full circle.
Jilly usually knows what she's doing.
She knows what she's doing
all the time.
This Jilly Bean is one smart Jilly Bean.
She is.
Yeah, so early in the show, we played a compilation of me answering people's questions about deportation. No matter what you do, do not self-deport is one of the worst things anyone hopes to stay in America can do. Sadly, Jason Rochester and Cecilia Gonzalez are an example of this. They married and have a young son together. Cecilia was an undocumented Mexican national. Jason is an American-born citizen who voted for Trump, believing that Trump would only go after bad immigrants, not his wife, who has no criminal record. But once Trump got into office, Cecilia panicked, and she and Jason did what they thought was the right thing, for Cecilia to go back to Mexico and try to come back with inspection. This is now a cautionary tale. Let's watch.
The problem was the water was not treated with corrosion control, an important ingredient.
Jason Rochester and Cecilia Gonzalez have been married for 12 years and have a 6-year-old son together. For the last year and a half, they've been raising their child from opposite sides of the United States-Mexico border after Cecilia self-deported herself to Mexico. Although they have been forced apart by Donald Trump's stringent immigration policies, Jason voted for Trump in 2016, not thinking his undocumented wife with no criminal record would ever be considered a bad hombre. With me now to discuss their current situation, Jason is in the United States, Cecilia is in Mexico, are Jason and Cecilia. Welcome, and thanks for coming on. Cecilia, you're from Mexico. When did you first try to come to America?
1997, in a bus.
Was the bus inspected? We know immigration caught you trying to enter the first time. How did they catch you?
Well, they just stopped the bus and they asked everybody for their documents.
How old were you at the time?
19.
You took a voluntary departure?
Yeah.
97. Okay, got it. I understand. Voluntary departure is not an order of removal or deportation, so that's fine. Now, 3 years later, you're 22 years old. You try to re-enter the United States again. How did you try to come in 2000?
In a bus again.
At that point, you had a expedited removal. And then you got sent back to Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
When did you come back again?
A week later.
So you figured out a smarter way to cross the border without being on a bus, and you entered the country without inspection. Yeah. Did you know at the time that you had to stay out of the country for 5 years?
Yeah, I knew.
You knew, but you did it anyway because you had to get out of Mexico.
Yeah.
Why did you need to get out of Mexico?
To have a better life, work.
Where did you go to live?
My sisters.
Where's that?
California.
How'd you support yourself?
My sister, they don't charge me a lot for rent.
Right.
So I just give them whatever they ask me.
Jason, how did you guys meet?
We had a mutual friend that introduced us.
And did you know about her immigration status at that moment?
No, not at that time. We thought she was beautiful. It took a while for her to go out with me because she was scared about that.
Right.
But eventually, yeah, we started dating.
And you're a United States citizen?
Born and raised in Alabama.
How long from the time you dated to the time you found out about her immigration status?
She didn't even tell me. It was actually one of our mutual friends that told me about it.
And you got married. And did you ever look into trying to resolve her immigration issues?
Not for a long time, because she felt like I might feel like she was married me for that reason only, and we didn't start until like 2012 or 13.
You went to an immigration lawyer, and what did the immigration lawyer say to you?
We liked him. We had people that we actually knew that had used him, and they thought he was good, and we did a I-130. We got it approved. We had mentioned later that we would like for her to be able to get a driver's license. He said, well, if you get a work permit, then you can get a driver's license. So we did the work permit, but unfortunately in Georgia, you can't use a work permit to get a driver's license.
Under what basis did she get a work permit?
We have no idea. He just filed the papers and we did it.
So maybe he filed some bogus adjustment application or something that you were otherwise not qualified to adjust. And that's why your 601 waiver was denied, because you were otherwise not qualified to adjust to begin with. And so what happened after that?
We had to go to an ICE appointment every year to renew her permit. First year was 2015. Yeah, it was. They said, okay, come back next year. Trump took office.
Did she get a work permit from deferred enforced departure?
I don't even know what that is. What is that?
That's when you have an order of deportation, but the government says that it's not in the best interest of the United States to deport you, so we're not going to enforce the deportation, despite the fact that you've been ordered deported. Did your lawyer tell you to go home?
No, he wouldn't even talk to us.
Did you go for a second opinion?
Well, the lady that we finally ended up using, that she's still our lawyer now, she did a FOIA, but it took so long to do it. To get the results, that it ended up being Cecilia was already gone by then, because we didn't know that she had what's called a permanent tenure bar.
Right. A FOIA is to get a Freedom of Information Act request to get a copy of your immigration records. What was going on in Atlanta? What happened that you just decided to pack up and leave?
Too much stress, so I decided to leave because we want to have a peace on our lives.
Jason, you voted for Donald Trump, right?
Yes, unfortunately.
Why did you vote for Donald Trump if you knew his first words out of his mouth were everyone from Mexico is a rapist or a murderer?
I hinged everything on the bad hombres.
Right.
Because to me and anyone that I ever speak with, if you say a bad hombre, you don't talk about a housewife that's
of course,
never done anything. So I took him at his word. as I've said to many people now, it must have been a lie because that's not what he intended.
Of course. Without the benefit of actually seeing all of your records and trying to piece together based on my knowledge of immigration and based on what you know what happened on your case, when you were in the United States, you were ineligible to get a green card because of the way you entered after a prior deportation. There was nothing that anyone could have done for you to have gotten a green card. There's only two things people in Cecilia's position can do if they do not have a criminal record, which you don't, and they re-entered the United States after a prior order of summary removal, which is deportation at the border. And those two things are file a U visa if you were the victim of a crime. Perhaps she was a victim of a crime, but she never reported it. And the other thing is to file an affirmative CAT claim. An affirmative CAT claim is a convention against torture. It's not asylum, but it's convention against torture, that my life may be in danger if I return to Mexico, and the Mexican government can't do anything to prevent that. And had you been my client, I would have advised you to lay low, do not separate from your spouse and child, and know that if immigration were to come knock on your door at any particular moment, your one salvation would be a convention against torture claim, but you certainly litigate it out, and you can, keep it in the courts for years fighting it out. Because now that you have left, you have a 10-year bar. There's no waiver for the first 10 years. Now, your resolution is you need a lot of publicity. And your son, I understand, is now diagnosed with cancer, which is terrible.
Oh, he's better.
He's in remission, thank God. The only way you come back to America, you need a celebrity to take up your cause. Somebody to write a private bill in Congress with a lot of publicity, because Congress can make any law they want. Congress can make a private law for you. Cecilia Gonzalez should get a green card, and that could be a law. And that's the only way you come back in less than 10 years. How long have you been out of the United States?
A year and a half.
Jason, have you gone to Mexico to try to live with her? Has that been an option for you?
No, because with work, I have my insurance provided through UPS.
Right, and you need it for your son's cancer treatment.
Because my son,
and he wouldn't have that. He needs it. I understand.
Yeah. And he needs to be monitored for the next 5 to 7 years even.
Have you been to Mexico to visit? Has your son been to Mexico to visit?
He's there right now, actually. He's with her for the summer.
How does he feel about the situation?
I don't think so. He understands 100%.
Not fully, no.
No. Why did you move from Guadalajara to Merida?
For safety.
Right.
It's a lot safer. I feel like she's safer in that town as opposed to where she was at in her town, because she's actually had several family members that have been killed, disappeared, neighbors that have just disappeared.
That's why, had she stayed, she could have filed a convention against torture claim and made a credible claim. Whether she would have won or not, I don't know, but she would have made a credible claim, and she most likely would have had some sort of bail, simply because someone has to take care of her son who has cancer. I wish she didn't leave. Now, what's it like being a single father, taking care of your son, knowing he has a medical condition?
Well, I'm very fortunate that my mother, 75 now, or will be soon, she's moved from Alabama to Georgia to help me. So she takes care of Ashton while I'm working, and she helps with cooking and cleaning house and stuff. But other than that, I don't know what I would have been doing. He actually lived with my mom and dad for the first few months. After Cecilia left, they took him to Alabama with them, and he was going to pre-K. Once we found out about his cancer diagnosis when he had his surgery, she moved here and has lived here up until we left recently to take him down for the summer. And when he comes back, she'll come back and help again.
What's it been like now, having to go through this entire stress of separation, especially with your son who's sick?
He tried a lot to bring me back. And it's a stress to us.
Very stressful.
Yeah.
I feel like we're getting closer in some respects. Like a month ago, we hadn't seen each other from Thanksgiving of last year until April.
So you were separated 4 or 5 months.
Yeah, almost
Long
right at 6 months.
Oh, I understand you sent a Twitter message to Donald Trump. When did you send this?
I think it was the first day when Ashton got in the hospital.
I think it was
You sent the first
after
tweet?
Ashton, whenever he was
Surgery.
sick in
And he didn't have
July
his,
of last
and,
year.
and he didn't have his mother there by his side during this whole process.
No,
That's terrible.
That was so
That was awful.
difficult. I sent pictures from him being in the hospital saying, I voted for you and I thought you were going to be good to undocumented. I used a different word, but I've found out that using illegal is not appropriate.
It's not appropriate.
So
yeah, it scares people because people think that people did crimes. It's not a crime to not have a document to legally work in America.
So I said that I thought he was going to be good to people and he needs to help my family because my son has cancer and he needs his mommy. And crickets. I've not ever gotten a single response from him. I get a lot of haters.
So what do you have to say that a man who's so self-serving destroyed your family?
I believed a lie. I just couldn't believe that he would consider my wife or any other person that we know that is a good person, came here to make a good life for themselves. They love their families, and yet he put them all in one batch and said, well, you're undocumented, you're bad. And I never even once thought that that was going to be the case.
It's a very sad situation you're in, and I'm sitting here racking my brains, but the law doesn't allow her to come back. What you need is a publicist. You're the all-American family, except she was born on the wrong side of the border. And now you guys are separated for 10 years. There's no law that allows her to come back unless somebody in Congress makes a law. And the only way that it is going to become a law is you need a Republican and a Democrat to support it. Now, I understand you're part of a group, American Families United.
They are a very small organization that's been around for, I believe, 10 years or so. And that's what they fight for, is American citizens that are affected by our immigration policies because they're married to someone that is undocumented.
Yeah. I'm telling you the truth. You need to be selfish now about your family. And you need to find somebody somewhere who has a following, who is known, who can bring publicity to your situation. Other than that, you would be calling me in 2025 to bring your wife back. You have to keep appearing on every show you can, in every magazine. Never, never give up. And hopefully, one day, and it's sooner rather than later, somebody's going to say, that's terrible what's happening. I want to contact them. You know, Kim Kardashian got 2 people out of jail because they said it was an injustice. So it happens. It's only an injustice if all of America knows about it. That's my advice to you.
Hopefully one of them watches your show.
I hope so. Tell me, both in your own words now, has the American dream changed for you? Of what you think America is?
I'm disappointed that people are so hateful. It's almost as similar to the civil rights movement.
Cecilia, tell me what you thought the American dream was when you came from Mexico, and tell me what it means to you now.
Well, I have a really good life in America. I feel like my dream came true when I was living there. So now here in Mexico, it's like, it's not the same.
It's like she fell off the mountain. She was on top of the world, and now she's
fell off the mountain.
At the bottom, trying to climb up it again.
Right.
Yep.
You're not bad people. And it's even sadder when good people are in bad situations. I wish you both the best of luck. Get America on your side. Show them the injustice that's happening. Thanks for coming on. I appreciate it. All right.
Thank you very much.
Very, very sad story.
Yeah, very
sad story. You know, there's no. I wish I knew what to do, but the law. I know what to do, but unfortunately, the law doesn't allow it.
Yeah.
All right. Speed round time. We're going to answer 10 questions in 1 minute. We're going to blow this studio up.
All right.
We're either going to answer 10 questions or we're blowing the studio up.
If it's bad, just say skip.
Okay.
I'm not going to say if it's in a minute. I'm not saying their name. So you guys listen up just in case I do ask your question.
Correct. Go.
I just received my notice of action to do biometrics. What's the next step?
Take your fingerprint.
I got my biometric letter, but not receipt letter as of yet. Is that a problem? By the way, I filed AOS. My brother filed for his citizenship and only did his biometrics. It's been over 2 years now. He hasn't heard anything from them. What can you do?
Come see me, mandamus time.
After I get my green card, do I apply for my permanent SSN, or does the green card have the SSN on it?
The green card does not. You have to apply for it.
After you receive your conditional green card, do you need to renew your combo card?
No.
I filed VAWA and AOS together and got EAD, and it's been 9 months. What can I expect the I-360?
Another 12 months.
Can you file tax return with your husband just after a few weeks of marriage of 2020?
No, you file at the end of 2021 for 2020.
I filed a mandamus since August, and USCIS is asking for more time. What can I do in this case?
Don't give it to him.
Is public charge going to affect applying citizenship? Had green card for 10 years.
Oh no! It was my fault. I got tongue-tied. On the.
Don't give it to them.
On the. Yeah. I mean, what do you do? Ask more time. You don't give it to them.
Yeah.
All right. Don't be nice. All right, we were close. All right, what was the last question?
I got arrested for a DUI, but court dropped it to reckless driving. You think this can affect my applying for citizenship?
Hopefully not.
All right, that was easy.
All right, comments of the day, Yo-Yo. Comments of the day.
All right, y'all. Our first comment of the day comes from Don Harriet saying, yes, Brad, we are one big happy family.
All right, I agree, Dawn.
Yes.
I agree.
Yes, I do too.
Yes.
All right, our second comment of the day comes from Star Girl Mika saying, the day I looked on Facebook and saw this man, Brad Bernstein's face and Spar Bernstein logo was one of the best days of my life.
Oh my God.
Wow.
I'm going to tell you something. The day I started seeing Star Mika watching my show, our show, also one of the best days of my life.
Oh, that's so nice. All right, our third comment of the day comes from Tamika Nelson saying, congrats to Coffee on winning the Grammy for Best Reggae Album, Rapture.
Congratulations. Absolutely. That's true.
Yes, I love that song too. Toast. All right, our fourth comment of the day comes from Linda Shaw saying, this is the best immigration show on Facebook in the world and the best lawyer ever to walk this earth. Oh.
Thank you.
Should have like a beam of light coming out. Okay. And our last comment of the day comes from Jamila Tawari saying, east or west, Brad is the best.
I like it.
Nice.
East, north, south, east, west. Nobody. I forgot how the cheer goes. North, south, east, west. All right, Brad's the best. All right. Fine. I forgot how it goes. We'll see you all tomorrow. Thanks for watching. So, Sam, as part of the production, we have to say this disclaimer at the end of the show. Do you mind reading it for me?
Okay, but you know, Brad, I have to do everything around here. It's bad enough I've got to remember everything that happened on the episode from the previous day.
Forget it. I'll do it. The proceeding was information only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein Law Firm, located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easy to remember, 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465. And now, conveniently located in Hartford, Connecticut on 1 Congress Street. Visit us in Connecticut or in New York at 225 Broadway. That's 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LAWLINK. 1-800-529-5465. What are you doing?